Hello, my name is Saluadeen-Ibrahim. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Green Republic Farms. At Green Republic Farms, we cultivate high-quality vegetables and horticultural produce generally, such as habaneros, bell peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes. Think about it, any vegetable horticultural produce. And we do this using controlled environment, open field, as well as greenhouses to ensure that we have quality produce in your kitchen for you to consume. What motivated me to go into this field is basically I started my journey as a climate actor, advocate, activist, and over time I realized that there is need for more sustainable action that can bring about greener jobs for people, sustainable livelihood for people, enhance our food security. And yes, Green Republic Farms came in very early, and it's been a very, very interesting journey. Challenges here and there, but we've been able to adapt over time and continue to grow. Some of the challenges that women face in the agricultural sector is one, and prominent one, is access to land. There's always a lot of issues around land rights for women in Nigeria and even some other part of the African continent, and this has really affected and limited women to continually pursue their passion for agriculture. Many of them have had to, you see a lot of women now using their small spaces to cultivate. Some of them are using their small spaces for livestock farming. Some of them are using their small spaces, for aquaculture. These are like, women have seen that there are no access to farmland for them, and they are using whatever means that is available to be able to still cultivate and do their agricultural activities. Aside from land rights, another major issue is access to finance. Agriculture is a very, very high risk business, which is very, very important, profitable, and sustainable, but it is high risk in the eyes of a lot of people, especially financial institutions. They feel like, are they sure they want to put their money into this? And then some financial institutions even break down the agricultural sector into different phases, where they fund some sectors, they fund some kind of crops, they don't fund some kind of crops, because of the high risk of this produce. For example, some financial institution would rather fund tubers or any other crops than funding an horticultural. It's just so funny because they feel like horticultural produce are more perishable and faster to they don't last long. That's like a lot of ideology that people have about cultural produce, so they don't get to fund them, they don't get to get access to a lot of money. But when it comes to other produce such as rice, beans, tubers, you get a lot of funding flowing into these spaces. Grains, a lot of people want to put money in grains, palm kernel, palm this. It is good, but we also need to ensure that this access to finance is generic and women are able to access them. So access to finance is one major problem that women are currently having when it comes to agriculture as well as land right. Aside from this, also trust. A lot of people feel like, oh, because she's a woman, what can she do, what can she not do, she can't really deliver, but we've seen a lot of tremendous women, doing amazing things in the agricultural sector, and they're doing it so well, right? We've seen the yield. I'm a woman farmer and I know what I am talking about. I have seen a lot of women put their hands on the soil and they cultivate, and it's really, really inspiring. So we have women out there, regardless of all of these challenges, they're still striving in the agricultural sector. Some of them have even transitioned into processing, just to ensure that the entire value chain is covered. Another major challenge that generally we face in the agricultural sector is climate crisis. We have seen unprecedented weather condition happening. We have seen issues around, when it's going to rain, when it's not going to rain, and a lot of farmers are able to adapt to this climatic condition that is very every other time. For example, farmers would rely on dry season farming are farmers that have access to irrigation system, right, or their produce is for dry season. But largely, you see that a lot of farmers in Nigeria currently do not have access to the finance to be able to purchase renewable energy, drip irrigation system that can enable them farm during dry season. So many of these farmers have to wait over time till rainy season before they can farm. And then even when we're in the rainy season, there are certain produce that you cannot farm because when excess of rain is too much in some of these produce, it affects the final result. So climate change is one of the major problems. We've also seen that climate change also affects in the areas of farmers and elders, herdsmen, because these herdsmen, they have their cow that they cannot put together in a place. They have to move them around. So you see a lot of these herdsmen with their cows in people's farmland, disrupting their activity, eating up their plants. It's climate change because why do they keep migrating over time from one place to another? And that's because when this place is dry, when there's nothing for them to eat again, they move to another place where they can find something to eat, and then farmers are largely affected. So when you have a projection that you're going to be harvesting this so and so, but you have clashes with herdsmen and it affects your final yield. So climate change is very paramount, and we need to ensure that we have access to information on time for farmers in the rural community to understand when to plant, when not to plant, how to plant, what are the best techniques to plant during dry season, during rainy season, how can these techniques and innovation, how can they be affordable for them so that they are able to access them. Another point is that it is also very important that we localize this climate change communication when it comes to agriculture so that farmers understand what we're saying. We're not speaking big jargons, and they are able to comprehend over time solutions that is being projected. And these solutions need to also be co-created with the farmers in the local community. And also for communities, we need to ensure that we are supporting women in agriculture. A lot of women have had to abandon their farmland due to reasons that I don't even want to start mentioning right now, right? And it is really not pleasant. So we need community to stand up and support farmers. In this era that we have, without food, nobody's going to survive. And if we're not supporting farmers, there is no food. So we need everybody, communities, to come together and support farmers, women farmers. We need more support. But I'm being generic right now because we need everybody on board. We need more farmers on board. Right, so we need that support from communities. Communities shouldn't say because I'm a woman, they won't give me access to land to farm. I need to go and bring my husband, I need to go and bring my grandfather, I need to go and bring my father, I need to go and bring everything that, that it doesn't have to be. There should be that belief that I should be able to do it. I can't do it, that's why I want to do it. So communities need to support, they need to drive support for women in agriculture and the entire value chain. There should also be access to finance that is flexible, that is affordable for women. Because when we talk about it, you see a lot of grant application here and there, but the technicality know-how is very draining, right? And not a lot of people are able to concentrate and say, oh, they want to do this. But if we make, most of these application processes more seamless, more understandable, we'll have more women applying, we'll have more women accessing funding, we'll have more women accessing innovation and technology that is affordable to enhance their agricultural practice regardless of where they are in the value chain. So I think overall, we are women, and we're just blessed. We're blessed because God has created us in a way that we have the capacity to do and undo whatever we want to do in this life. And agriculture is one thing that drives a lot of other sectors. So without agriculture, there is no other sector. I mean, if you look at it right now, we need to ensure that we have more people in the agricultural sector, but we also need to ensure that we have more women empowered in the agricultural sector. So women, I'm proud of us, and I'm really inspired by all of the effort that individually, collectively we're making to ensure that we have healthy food, we have healthy system when it comes to agricultural process. I'm proud of everything that we're doing in the agricultural sector, but don't let us be demotivated because of 1, 2, 3 challenges. Let us see these challenges as opportunities. Don't let us see limitations with these challenges. Let us co-create together and continue to prosper for a healthier food system in the country and across the continent.